Hello everyone, this is Xephyr here, and welcome to Monster Hunter World PC. That's right, I am playing on the PC. It actually released a few days ago. I haven't had a chance to play until today. My fiance's birthday was over the weekend, and I was taking care of her. Far higher priority, but I finally have time to play Monster Hunter World on the PC, and so I'm going to go ahead and start that. Now, I have been playing on the PS4 since release, so this is not a blind playthrough by any means. I know everything that's coming up. However, it does seem they're trickling the content out on the PC version just like they did on the console, so a lot of the things that are on console are not yet on the PC. So we'll see how things go. I'm still going to make PS4 my primary console for the time being because I'm still trying to get my Platinum trophy. I've not quite been lucky enough to get everything I need for that, but I'll be switching over to PC as primary once I finish that up. Also, console has more content, so there's some in-game content that I still want to take part in and enjoy while it's out that we'll enjoy once it's out on PC, and it's also going to help keep PC content from not being released until we're already past when it would be useful. So it should help with the slow trickle of content that PC will see. I'm not going to record any of my PS4 gameplay just because I didn't record from the beginning. We're just going to be recording the PC, so uploads might be slow depending on how long it takes me to actually get through it, but there'll at least be a video or two each week because I will be trying to do all the limited bounties and stuff each week before they expire. That being said, the first set is going to be very difficult because I think we only have like a day left to complete them, so I'm going to have to get pretty far in the game pretty quick. So we're going to go ahead and jump in pretty much right away. I will say hopefully the fan's not too loud. It's still quite warm where I live, and so having the fan run is kind of a necessity so that I don't sweat out and die. It's keeping me nice and cool. And also one of my cats is deciding to paw at the door, so hopefully that is not turning up on the mic either because it's rather annoying, and he'll go away after a while once he realizes that I'm not going to come and open the door. He'll go snuggle up with my fiance who is trying to sleep. So I'm going to go ahead and mute my mic so we can get started. So let's jump right in and we'll discuss things as we go.
Sisters and brothers of the Fifth Fleet, it's time. I'll keep my farewell brief. Never was much with words. Once you board this ship, there's no turning back. The next ground your feet will touch will be that of the new world. If any of you have lost your nerve, then step away now, and let no one judge you. Very well. Then sail safe and strong, and may the Sapphire Star light your way.
Yo, did you hear? We're almost there. You ready to grab this new world by the horns? Don't know about you. It feels like ages since I left home to join the commission. So, nervous? Believe you me, I get it. Anything could happen to us, but hey, that's happened.
Hey, aren't you one of the A-list hunters?
What? No way! So are we! Hey! Tell us your name!
Yes, if you've played Monster Hunter 4, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, yes, that is the Ace Cadet. It's been confirmed. Alright, so we've got character creation now. If you've played Monster Hunter, the character creation is far, far more detailed than you're used to, which is fantastic. I am going to basically copy my character from PS4 because I'm very happy with my face on PS4. And I think I have most of it figured out. There's going to be a few spots that I still have to confirm, but I'm going to try and jump through this pretty quick because I don't want to waste too much time in character creation. But I will at least look at most of the options so you can at least see what options are there. But I'm going to be quick to pick what I need so that we can just jump right through this and get into the game. I'm trying to decide how I want to discuss the quality of life changes and other things that Monster Hunter World has introduced. I know there's a lot of people that love it and a lot of people that hate the quality of life changes. Personally, I absolutely love the quality of life changes. I think everything they've done with the game has basically made Monster Hunter better. And I mean, they've come out to say that Monster Hunter World is the Monster Hunter that is the closest they've ever come to their vision of what Monster Hunter is supposed to be. And so I absolutely, I love this game. It's my favorite Monster Hunter of all time. It's probably my favorite game of all time, honestly. It's absolutely amazing. And, you know, there's going to be naysayers no matter what Capcom does, but I think that what they've done is absolutely amazing, and I think that people just complain sometimes to complain. I know some people don't like the quality of life changes because they've said that they make the game too easy, but honestly, I don't think that makes the game easy. I think it just removes some of the tediousness the old games had, as well as they've removed a lot of the unfair things, like getting hit by invisible hitboxes, and other silly features that just they were artificial difficulty. Basically, the artificial difficulty is gone. The game can still kick your butt. Lots of people still constantly fail quests because it's still difficult. It's just not unfair. And I'm sorry, purists, but yes, a lot of the problems that made the games difficult was unfair. It was artificial difficulty. It wasn't difficult because it was difficult. It was a lot of things were difficult because it was just artificial difficulty was there. Now, like I said, the games are still difficult, but now they're just fair difficulty. You're not getting hit by, you know, a hip check that didn't actually hit you. You know, your character's more mobile, more fluid. The game basically works with you instead of constantly against you. And if you don't like that, I'm sorry. I think it's amazing. I know there's a lot of other people who agree with me, but there's always going to be two sides of the fence. So that's just my opinion. But I do think that everything they've done in Monster Hunter World has just been phenomenal, and I can't wait to see what they continue to do with it moving forward, because this is basically a reboot of the series, much as Tri was. So this is, I think, the second time they've rebooted the series. Obviously, they had the original generation, and there was the second generation, but it wasn't really a reboot. It just was more monsters and stuff. And then when the third generation came around, it was a reboot, because that was Tri. And they went back to the roots, added some weapons, but made a lot of changes to mechanics. And then we got through the fourth generation with Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, Generations, Ultimate, or Double Cross. And then we got to World, which is technically Monster Hunter 5. It's the fifth generation, and it's, again, a reboot. We got a lot of new monsters and just a couple of old ones. New meshes, new skeletons, new mechanics. It's a reboot, and if I remember correctly, it is the second time they've rebooted the series. I don't think there was a reboot between 1 and 3, and I don't think there was a reboot between 3 and 5. Now, that being said, I don't want to ramble too much. Like I said, I don't want to waste time in character creation for too long, so let me just go through the hairstyles so you can kind of see the options here. I already picked the one we're going to use, but I just want you to kind of see. You also notice an exclamation mark next to hairstyle. That just means that there's new hairstyles that I have added because I grabbed the add-on content. Monster Hunter World does have add-on content. It's all cosmetic. None of it is required. None of it changes gameplay. It's not armors. It's not even layered armors. It's literally hairstyles, tattoos, and gestures. So if you want them, you know, you can spend a few bucks. If you don't want them, you don't need them. It changes gameplay literally zero. Yeah. So hair color, I am a dirty blonde. That. Yep, that's pretty close. All right, eyebrows. I know I kept the default here. This is where it gets difficult, so I gotta find the brow that I picked on PS4. That's where it's gonna be difficult. Images here, kind of. I have to guess a bit, which kind of stinks, but it is what it is. You know what? Let me go to eyes first because I know which eyes I want. I'll go through the eyes real quick. I don't like any of the eyes in this game. It's one of the few things I don't like about the game. Don't get me wrong. There's a few things I don't like. The eyes are one of them. I don't like any of the eyes really. Luckily, I know which ones I want to use, but I just don't think there are any good options. We're using this. We're keeping our eyelashes short. I don't have to move the position of the eyes at all. Change both of these. Dark blue, and then come down here and increase the brightness to like about here. Might actually need to adjust that a little more. My eyes are dark blue, but they've got a little brightness to them. That looks about right. We'll go with that. Let me just check my picture here, and I'll see if that's pretty darn close. Oh yeah, that's like perfect. Okay, awesome. Alright, so next, now that we have the eyes picked, it should be easier to pick the brow type that I'm looking for here. I think that's it. I think that's it. It looks like it. Let's keep looking just to be safe. No, that's not it. I didn't make him so sappy looking. Pretty certain that's it. But like I said, I want to be certain. I have massive OCD about this stuff. as well. I think it's not this one just because I think the eyebrows are too far apart. Let's keep checking what else we've got. Definitely not that. Definitely not that. No. Let's change the color so that I can. All right. Now let's see here. It's so hard to even tell the difference. It's the problem here. Ooh, I think I just found. Nope, never mind. I take that back. I thought I had found something that might have given it away, but I was incorrect. As you can see, like I said, very, very OCD about this stuff. I've gotta have it just right. Okay, I think I just figured it out for certain. Go here. Yeah, it's this one for sure. I measured the distance between the eyebrows. The other one's just too far apart. Oh yeah, now that I look at it, I can tell, because the edge of the eyebrow ends at like the inner part of the eye on the right side of his face. You look at it like this, and the one on my PS4 goes farther down than that. It goes, as you can see here, past. Yeah, okay, so this is the one I used. Not to say this one's bad, because it actually has kind of a smoother forehead there, but now that I think about it, my eyebrows are definitely not that far apart on my face, I don't think. Sorry, I'm just confirming, like I said. Look at it that way normally. Yeah. Those are too high up. Okay, cool. Definitely found it. Alright. No, don't cancel, don't cancel, don't cancel. Let me make sure I got that right. Yep. Okay. I think I just realized that they're shaped different too on that. No, maybe not. I don't know. I don't want to get into the weeds here. Okay. So it takes care of that. So next is nose. So this is this one, right? Yes. Sorry. I know this is the dialogue. It's been really crappy right now. Like I said, I have major OCD about my character creation, so I just want to be sure I get everything right. Alright, so I'll go over the noses here, so you can kind of see what they are. There's quite a few options. I'm not a fan of most of them. It took me forever to decide on the one I wanted to use, which is this one. It looks a little small, but honestly, when I compare it to my own nose, it's pretty darn close, and the other ones are all just too unbelievably large. And I'm sure it's just the art style, but they just don't look right to me. So I go with this one. And mouth, I just go with the default. Looks pretty good to me. I like it, but there's lots of other options for whatever you want, and you can change the position, but I keep stock position because I find that they all kind of sit in the right spot for where a mouth would fit. Same with the eyes and the nose and all that. You can adjust them, but I don't find a need to. So we just stick with the default. I don't use any facial hair on my character, however, I do like to set the color just in case later I decide it's already preset for me. Because you can change a few things about your character after you do character creation. Basically anything that wouldn't need cosmetic surgery, so you can change your facial hair, your haircut, your hair color. All those things can be changed after the fact, but you can't change like face shape, eye color, anything that normally would take some kind of cosmetic surgery. You can't change. Yes, I did set my eyelashes to short. I'll show you that too. I forgot to do that. So you can go medium, long, short, medium, long, short. I go short. Okay. Alright, so makeup, again, you'll see the exclamation point because there was some add-on content that adds some. I don't put makeup on my character, not on my main one at least. I always have secondary characters. I usually play a female as my secondary character so that I can see all the different armor types. And I'll put makeup and stuff on her, but this way you can kind of see all the patterns. Here's the add-on ones. This one wasn't add-on, it was this one, this one, this one, and then this one are all add-on content. You can change the color, you can change the position, change the size, quite a bit, and you can use 2 of them. Alright, expressions. I use expression set 2. Mainly because it's the only one I think looks okay. I'm not sure what these are really used for. I know you can use them on your guild card, but for the most part I don't really see any of them, and I don't remember these specific expressions being used in cutscenes or anything. This is the Kingdom Hearts set, as I call it. But I use expression 2. Alright, clothing. There's really technically 2 options, but they give you 2 color patterns to choose from for each. I choose this one, and then I just set it to a dark gray. And then voice. There's a whole bunch of different voices. I use type 4, but we'll listen to each of them a bit. So the reason I picked Type 4 is because it sounds the most like the voice I use in the other Monster Hunter games, which I've always thought sounds just like Link from Legend of Zelda. And the main reason I picked that voice is because I think it sounds the most like mine. I have a bit of a, not a high-pitched voice, but it's a higher pitch of a voice. And I think it sounds quite a bit like Link's voice. I do a pretty good impersonation of his swings and slices with the sword. So I've always kind of used the voice that I swear it's the voice actor that does Link in The Legend of Zelda. But I don't think this is the same guy this time around, but this is the closest I've found to that voice. And so that's why I used it. Alright, so Type 4, that's what we're going with. Just figured I'd listen to all of them. Last thing we do is pick default armor. You can pick leather, chainmail, or no armor. And if you pre-ordered Monster Hunter World, you can choose Origin. I'm picking Origin because our hunter is a hunter from the old world, now heading to the new world for new challenges and new adventure. And so this is just kind of a reminder that he is a seasoned hunter. Alright, now I'm just going to do one last check to make sure. Compare it to my image set just to make sure it all looks right, which I'm pretty certain it does. I think I finally did it here. And I mean, it's kind of funny because I didn't mean for this to take very long, and here I am sitting here at almost over 30 minutes. So I didn't mean for that to happen, but it just sort of did. But I think this is an exact replica of my my character from the PS4 version. I question the brow a little bit still, which is not healthy or good, but I'm pretty certain I got it, mainly because of the eyebrows. So I think we're good. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and finish. We'll get to name our character here. now we get to do our Palico. Now this part I'm sure more people are excited for, and luckily this one does not take me nearly as long. Also, that mouse cursor, I'm pretty certain, I looked at the options, like I made my save data system, and I checked out the options, set graphics to highest settings, stuff like that before starting to record, and I could not figure out how to get rid of that mouse cursor, so I'm pretty certain we can't, so we're probably going to have to deal with it throughout the game. There's not much I can do with that. So, I'm going to go ahead and read this little knowledge placard for those who have not played Monster Hunter. What is a Palico? Palicos are felines that have created a pact with hunters to support them in battle. During quests, they'll assist you in many ways, like attacking monsters or gathering materials. Each hunter has their own individual Palico. They're awesome. They're fantastic. I'm a cat person, so for me this is just the most amazing thing ever, and another reason why I love Monster Hunter. Alright, so this is the preset we're going to start with. I'll show you all the others. There's quite a few to choose from to start with as a base. Kind of shows you all the different things you can do. Alright, so this part isn't too difficult for me. My cat, Shadow, who I always model my Palico after, this hair's not super long, but it is longer, and it's pretty thick. I think, yeah, that's about right. Okay, so then we go with a pure white here. As white as we can get, because he's a black and white kitty cat, and I love him. Alright, so pattern, there's a bunch of different patterns you can choose from. They change where the colors are set. I just use this one, and I change all to black, because that gets me the closest to my cat. And the reason I do that is because now he's got the white belly up to his neck. My cat, the white stops at his bottom lip. But that's not an option. There's no way for me to do that. I've tried very hard. He also has like white socks and white all of 4 paws, and unfortunately I can't do that either without changing other things that wouldn't look right. So having the little white stripe on the arms and the white stripe on the feet is good enough for me. This is pretty darn close to what my cat looks like fur-wise. That actually, go back up. I think I made his fur too long. So like I said, my cat's fur is long, but it's not too long. It's not too unbelievably thick. It's just pretty thick. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay. So next, we can do the eyes. So these eyes are pretty wide. They're very circular. Not quite right for my cat. Let's have closed, angry, happy, sleepy, I guess. I just like the standard kind of cat eyes where they're a little angled. And then my cat has light green eyes. So we're going to go here and we're going to brighten it up a bit. I don't want to go too bright. Around there. Let's change the saturation. No, it's too much. Too much. Nope, not enough. Alright, I'm gonna set this back. There. That's pretty close. I'm not happy with that yet. Let's see if I lower. No. Too far. That looks better. Okay. I am happy with that. Happy green eyes. Okay, so now you can pick from ears. A couple different ear options. I leave the default. They look like my cat Shadow's ears, so we're gonna go with that. Yeah. And then tail, 4 different tails. Pick from. Again, I go with the default. Okay, clothing. I just give him the same color that I have. And then there's voices. Now the nice thing about voices Sorry, I have to look at the eyes again. I just want to make sure I'm happy with those. And I am. Okay. You're going to have to deal with my OCD quite a bit. And I am sorry for that. So we have 3 different voices. However, you can change the pitch on the Palico voice, as you can see here. So, you can lower it. Or raise it. Which means you technically have 9 voices. Now, I definitely know I go with type 1 on average. It's the one I like the best, and that when he goes, that sounds exactly like my cat. So that's why I stick with it. But there's also type 2, which is about a bit low. We get higher, or really low. Type 3, which is very high. But I like that. Okay. And then we get to pick default armor. You kind of go leather or no armor. I go leather because, again, my Palico and I have been hunting in the old world. We're very tried and true, and I think that having a set of armor to start is perfect. Alright, so this is our Palico. We're going to go ahead and name him, because we can do that as well. Alright, so as you can see, we have Xephyr and Shadow, and we are finally ready to start, so I'm going to go ahead and mute my mic again, and we'll jump into the game.
So, how about a toast?
To the A-list! And the commission!
Cheers!
So, tell me, what's your theory? The Elder Dragons must migrate to the New World for some reason. After running the research commission for 40-odd years, the guild's itching for an answer. They say the 5th Fleet's got the best shot at cracking this case, and I agree.
Keep it down. Hey, speaking of, A-listers usually operate in teams of 2. Have you sat down with your partner yet?
Listen to that. Getting rough out there. The waves are picking up. And that's gotta mean landfall. You're on the A-list, right? Huh. Meowdy-do. I'm not psychic, but I do have pretty good ears. Ah, put her there. I happen to be an A-lister myself. Oh, whoa!
Alright, they talk a lot in this game early on, so I'm going to try and not talk over them, so there might not be a lot of dialogue for me.
Anybody there?
Not at the beginning, at least.
Oh, hey, it's you! Look what happened to the ship!
So I know a lot of people don't like the handler. I don't know why. I think she's great. I think it's because so many people fell in love with the guild marm from Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. And I mean, that's fine if you like the guild marm from Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, but the handler has a... oh, jeez, I'm having all sorts of trouble here. The handler has a personality of her own.
My first encounter would be filled with so much pecking. Shoo! This way!
But,
No, the ground's moving again.
like I said, they talk a lot. But yeah, she has a personality of her own,
I knew it!
and I appreciate her for that. Like, I like that she's different. She's not just a rehash.
Hitch a ride and get off this thing. Come on, let's go. Get a good running start, then jump.
She's energetic. She's got a personality. I don't think there's a problem with that. I think people just don't like her because she's adventurous and gets in trouble a lot, but I mean, oh well. That doesn't make her annoying to me.
The new world.
Quite the arrival.
Huh? No.
Also, the PC version loads so fast compared to the consoles.
What's this? Somebody must have set up this camp. I found this in the tent. It has a map in it. Well, part of one at least.
They also don't voice act everything, so I suggest reading the stuff on the right sometimes.
Here. The Research Commission's base of operations is here. This is where our ship was supposed to dock. For now, I think it would be best if we make our way to base. The map should help us find our way.
But yeah, I'm not going to read everything that pops up because a lot of times I'm going to be focused on paying attention to what's going on in the game. So if they don't voice act it, I just suggest reading the little text boxes on the right because you'll be able to pause the video if you wish. Most of it's not really, if they don't voice act it, it's not super important information generally.
Look, the Research Commission's headquarters. Come on, let's get going. According to the map, to get to HQ, we need to... These Aptonoths seem every bit as docile as the ones back home.
I mean, they're still Aptonoth. They're herbivores.
It looks like we need to go around. Something's up. The scout flies are gathering.
So here's some of the first quality of life changes in the game. There are endemic life, flora, and fauna that you can kind of interact with. In this case, it's a vitality flower.
What a weird
When you're
plant.
walking past it, you can hit your action button, in my case
There's one
circle,
over
because I'm
here,
using a
too.
DualShock 4.
Come on. I think I found the way back to base.
And you can smack them and they will give you a burst of health. so they'll recover.
I had the scout flies memorize my scent earlier. If you lose sight of me, just follow the scout flies, and they'll lead you right to me.
There are other traps and things, like there are little frogs that you can kick. Some will put things to sleep, some will do blast damage, some will paralyze enemies, which are pretty cool. And then
Push our way through these vines.
the other nice thing is gathering's the same thing. As you're running by, you can just hit the button and you'll grab the thing you ran by. So you don't have to stand there and mash the button to gather a bunch of things from a gathering node. Though you still have to do normal gathering on like bone piles and mining points, but you have unlimited pickaxes, which is nice. And all you have to do is hold down the button. You don't have to mash it. You hold down the button, you'll mine. Hold down the button, you'll gather from bone piles. It's amazing. It's fantastic. It makes things so much better. And because you always have that unlimited pickaxe, you don't have to go on a gathering quest to get stuff. And I know I'm kind of talking over a video, but I mean, I figure you can watch the video and listen to me talk at the same time. So you can hide now.
Stay low in the brush to remain hidden.
Yeah, just kind of a stealth mechanic.
Quietly.
We were already doing that.
Coast is clear. Let's get going while we still can.
But yeah, so no longer are there gathering quests. I mean, you can still go out on expeditions to gather and things as you want, but if you're just in a hunting quest, you'll have all the stuff you need to gather as well, which is fantastic in my eyes. It's not a dumbing down. It's not a, well, I guess it is streamlining, but it's a thing that makes sense. Being able to, like, gathering quests never made sense because it's like it was just a waste of time. It's basically padding to how long you play the game, whereas now you can just enjoy the game as normal, doing the things you want to do, and still collect materials and have the room for them. Now, that's not all materials. Like, if you're trying to just collect herbs, they're going to take up room in your item pouch. Whereas ore goes to its own spot,
Over there. Let's check it out.
which is nice, because ore will no longer, since there's so many different types of ore is no longer going to take up your entire item pouch like it did in old Monster Hunters. And you'll see what I mean as we play more of the game, but again, I think the quality of life changes were greatly needed, and they're fantastic.
Don't mind me. This way, hurry.
Okay, let's go.
Move.
I'll try and not talk over any more videos. I didn't mean to do that, I just was in the middle of a sentence and decided not to stop.
Move. That is not good. What are you waiting for? Get over here.
Come on!
Jump! Hey,
You all right?
let's go.
Okay. Wow.
Amazing, ain't it? Just look at this gate. It's like nature meant for us to build a Stera right here.
Stera. I like it.
The rest of the fifth are already here. You're the last to arrive.
That's because we fell off the boat.
Okay, set him down here. Take it
I'll
nice
need to tape up your shoulder. Hold still for a bit.
Hey, you guys made it. couldn't find you two, we were starting to sweat bullets.
You scared us. We were talking about going out to look for you.
All's well that ends well.
Hey, we need a hand. Sorry.
Come on.
Catch you later.
This here's our trade yard. I guess the name says it all.
Look at all the people. The stuff.
Incredible, right? We've got it all here. We've got hunters to do all the exploring, scholars to do the research, technicians to keep them going. This place is the beating heart of the Commission. Wait here a sec. Commander, I found him.
Welcome to Astera.
Welcome to Astera. I'm glad you made it. Somehow, I knew you would, though. When you've been in command as long as I have, you start to learn who's capable and who isn't. Now, as much as I'd like to get you up to speed, I'm being pulled in about 8 directions at once. We'll cover the important matters at Council, which I'll be convening once things settle down. I expect you two to be there, of course.
Your reputations precede you.
The guild spoke highly of you as individuals. Think what you can do as a team. And before I forget, your furry friend was looking for you. Poor thing washed up not too long ago. Go ahead and have a look around Astera. A horn will sound when it's time for Council.
Well, off you go.
Well, he said.
Okay, I'll give you the grand tour. Let's start by looking for your palico. This is our stockpile. They carry most of the basic necessities.
You should drop by later to see what they have.
We'll drop by once we actually have some money to spend.
Next is the smithy. It's this way. Over here. You were the Commission's 5th Fleet, right? The old man in charge, my grandfather, was with the 1st. That was a long time ago. Me? Not with any fleet. Born and bred right here. Never even been to the old world.
I think he's the only one we ever hear of that's from, like, born and raised here.
Here's our smithy. This is where you can craft weapons and armor. You'll be here a lot.
He's not wrong.
Look at this place. Want to check it out? Ooh, it's toasty in here.
Next up is the canteen. Let's check it out.
Well, what do we have here? A new face, huh? You must be the 5th. Or be with the 5th. Well, welcome to the new world.
Goodbye, then.
We can talk business once you've grabbed yourself a weapon. That outfit just looks naked without one. I'll be here waiting for you. Ha ha ha, alright, newcomers. Which of you knows how to have a little fun?
There you are, fine.
So, this illustrious 5th has arrived. Welcome, welcome. I hear it was quite the rough... Huh? Where's your gear? You need equipment, a weapon at least. Then we'll talk. Alright, alright, alright.
Wanna get going?
The canteen? I am so there.
Over here. This here's our canteen.
Hey, over there. Hey, you! I knew you'd pull through.
tracking a migrating Elder Dragon across the sea. The Fifth Fleet have finally arrived in Astera. Give them a warm welcome. They're a fine group. Worthy comrades who will help see the Research Commission's long efforts finally rewarded. Would you like to say a few words?
Thank you, sir. We're ready to roll up our sleeves and get our hands dirty.
This here is the Commission's core team. You should all get to know each other.
Looking forward to it.
Now, down to business. The latest monster to make the Elder Crossing is known as Zora Magdaros. A huge monster with a mountain of fire upon its back. Research Commission's job is to discover exactly why the Elder Dragons are migrating to the New World.
Elder dragons have been with us since the dawn of time. Altering the ecosystem, reshaping the land, leaving disaster in their wake. Once every decade or so, they flock to this continent. But for what reason?
With the Fifth's help, we will find the missing link.
Here, here.
Now we're talking!
Hunters, for the time being, I need you to focus on investigating our Jagras problem and securing Astera. Start by investigating the Jagras' habitat. Find out what makes it tick, and we'll go from there.
Right. We're on it, sir.
Everyone else, you know the drill. Make sure these hunters have everything they need.
Now we're talking!
You two, make it a priority to learn how we do things around here. You'll find good teachers, so don't be afraid to ask.
You heard him. Stick with me and you'll have no problems.
The Fifth's banner promises a change in the wind. It's your job to fulfill that promise. All right, dismissed.
Not even here a whole day and already got your first mission. You really are ready to get your hands dirty. Well, let's go look into that let's go look into this Jagras problem. You'll need a I can't talk. Well, let's go look into this Jagras problem, but you'll need a weapon first.
Over here.
There's a box full of equipment you can use in your quarters. Come on, I'll show you the way.
Head inside your room so you can grab yourself a weapon.
Alright. I have a longsword main, so we're going to be using longsword.
We've placed some basic gear for you in that equipment box. Make sure to choose a weapon that suits you.
First, I want to change some options here. I always set this to manual save. And I want to turn control guide off. Alright, different weapons offer different combat experiences. Great swords hit with devastating force, while sword and shield allow for quick, mobile flurries. The heavy bowgun, while unwieldy, fires powerful blasts, and so on. Choose any one weapon and take to the field. You can visit the training area after equipping a weapon by speaking to the housekeeper in your room. There you can practice with your chosen weapon as much as you'd like. Armor sets are comprised of 5 pieces. Each piece offers some amount of defense plus equipment skills to aid you in your hunts. You can mix and match pieces however you like to suit your playstyle. Use left trigger or right trigger to view your gear stats and skills. You can save equipment loadouts to quickly switch to your favorite gear combinations. Alright, switch to longsword. Alright, and I do think I'm going to end the video here. It's been going for over an hour. So I do think this is a good stopping point. Don't worry, I'm not ending the game. I'll be jumping right back in to continue forward. I just don't want the videos to go on for an obscene amount of time, and I'm pretty sure that the tutorial is going to take probably at least another hour. So thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. You can subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell icon. That way you can get email updates when I upload new videos. And if you're interested, you can leave comments in the area below the video. However, that is all I have for you today. So thank you for watching. And as usual, this is Xephyr, signing out.